What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
Never mind. It's a mouthful to say the whole tournament winner type.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that ever. Never, ever. If they want to say it before a match, let them knock yourself out. I'm not saying that. Sorry.
You're going to wear like a badge of honor.
It's weird enough just to say the competitor part. Sorry. Nope. Not going to happen.
4 matches to go over this week. And I do apologize if I cough a lot during this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's
right into my headphones and yours.
Oh.
There he goes. Oh,
sorry.
1 minute in.
1 minute in. All right. So I don't think there's anything for us to talk about really, other than
no, because there's a cutscene that happens.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it when we get to it.
I don't think so. I mean, there's something that's been happening, but I don't think it really warrants a discussion. You know where I'm going.
I know where you're going with it, but it's like okay, cool, whatever. It doesn't really affect us. I mean, whatever. It's whatever, really, because yeah.
Well, we haven't said that was a bunch of nothing. We said we said nothing there. Wow, we were talking about the listing and unlisting of matches.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I feel like they got unlisted and just kind of put into playlists, and I feel like now they were being unlisted and being put into playlists, but I feel like now they're back to being listed. So it feels like kind of a wash.
Yeah.
It kind of happened and then it unhappened.
And, as running a YouTube channel, there's different reasons for doing that. But
yeah,
I think,
algorithms and such, I guess.
Like at the end of the day, you want to be able. I think you want them to be able to be searchable, and because I'll do it every once in a while. It's like, I feel like watching my match against this person.
Well, because I remember we were talking about something like right when it started happening. That certain matches were becoming digital matches were becoming unlisted. Right when it happened, I was like, we were talking about one of your matches. We were like, oh yeah, what was your 3-pointer against whoever? And I searched for your match, and literally the only thing that popped up was after show reactions.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's weird. So I clicked on Beyond, and I was like, well, I know that I always say what those questions are in the last round. So that's how I found it. And then I was like, oh, because it's unlisted now, but it's back to being listed. So whatever, it's all rectified, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of people making a lot of noise. Like, well, for me, it was like, hey, we don't run things, so they're going to do the things they want to do. It sucks that I couldn't find my match at some point.
But now you can.
So it's good. It's nice to be like, hey, new friends that we meet or something, or a friend of them say, hey, I want to watch your match. It's like, oh, here. And you just send them a link. Yeah. Or, just search Dimalanta Damon or Dimalanta this.
Yeah.
Dimalanta Schmoedown or something. You'll find probably our show first, and then.
Probably. It's also nice for it to just be there and be, I don't know if discoverable is the right word.
Yeah.
It's just nice for it to be there because, I don't know. I've invested a great chunk of my life into preparing for these matches, and it'd be nice if they're available for people to watch should they want to.
Yeah.
And not tucked away in a playlist.
Yeah, and we had the discussion on Rad. YouTube isn't a lot. YouTube is the complete opposite of television air or TikTok for that matter. TikTok, it's pushed on you. YouTube is a search engine. Right. You have to search for the content.
If I want to see it, I'll find it.
I mean, you get suggestions in your homepage and stuff, but their suggestions are it's
sometimes they make sense. Sometimes I'm like, get this out of my face.
But YouTube at its very core is a search engine. So you search out the content. So, and to unlist it was kind of like, well, if I can't search for it that way, then how else am I going to find it?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. There's all sorts of reasons for and against it.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that they seem to be back to being listed. Here we are.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess. I hope.
Moving on.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm happy that I can put my matches on.
I know. I'm happy they're there because, we spend a lot of time preparing for these matches, and it's nice that they can still be showcased and displayed should people want to watch them or relive a moment or whatever. So, it's as a competitor.
Yeah. You want your work to be showcased and be able to be seen and found.
Exactly. So if I had to throw my 2 cents, my hat into the ring, I'm in the camp of, I'm glad that they're still there because I work really hard. Yeah. And so do you. And so does everybody else.
Yeah. And a lot of stuff happened this past, because it wasn't just it was a certain amount in the last season or two that was getting unlisted or something.
I think it was mostly just digital matches.
Digital, yeah. And it's a lot of success has come out of digital.
Right.
So,
I mean, a lot of competitors, especially this current season, have been birthed in digital only. And, so yeah, that's our 2 cents.
Yeah.
But, whatever. We don't run things. So not our business.
It's not my place to tell people what to do.
Yeah. I can give my stupid opinion, but that's all it is. So, Okay. So our first match, we have ourselves like I said last time, quarter semifinals.
I think it might be a quarter.
It's in there. It's a couple rounds deep. This feels like so long ago that this match happened.
Yeah.
The Boston Badass, Paige for Betty of the Usual Suspects versus I forget which one he does first. Down first. Griffey Nooms of the Finstock Exchange. And I get it. I get he's going up against Paige, and I love Paige, but I also love Nooms. So I love them both. Round 1. Paige missed a question about Brian De Palma. Oh, something. I don't know if I got auto-corrected here because his name doesn't sound familiar, but Craig Brewer or something like that. And that was an answer where part of his answer got erased by his gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was
very
fascinating that there was no cut leading us to believe that there was any sort of a challenge, because that's almost, I get it. He wears gloves and that's part of his whole shtick. And he kind of he's got a very small board.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just, it's a
like a good luck charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's got his pink gloves. But it made me think immediately of that last Janine match where she didn't finish writing Dennis Quaid. And they were like, sorry, we can't give it to you. It's not on your board. Yeah. So I was really surprised there wasn't a cut.
I guess you can definitely see, you turn like, oh yeah, you can see the smudge from.
And they were like, show me your gloves. I can see if there's any remnants.
It's a dicey call, but.
It's everything is a case by case basis. Yeah. And I know that they hate when people start talking about precedents being set.
Yeah. And I think the matter that Paige didn't have anything written, or she didn't say anything to allude him to, that hint of the coin, but he clearly knew the answer. It's just, oh, look, that laugh is like, I actually erased it. It felt very genuine.
Oh, I have no reason to doubt that it wasn't genuine. I wholeheartedly know and believe that it was, but there's some times where there's sticklers. Yeah. 725-1. You clearly knew that, but it wasn't given to you. Maybe you should wear gloves now. So you can just.
Oh, I accidentally wrote, man, whoops.
It just made me think of that Janine Dennis Quaid. Yeah. Because it was very reminiscent of that. Yeah. But, it is what it is. Case by case. I get it. Oh, whatever. Paige also missed something about Get Shorty. And they both missed a question about Jasmine and Guy. This match feels so long ago that I'm like, wow, are all these auto-corrected? Because nothing sounds familiar. Round 1 ends 4-7 in favor of Mr. Nooms. Round 2. Paige spins remakes and reboots, decides to stick with it. She goes to multiple choice once, missed it, and it did get stolen. Oof. Nooms spins Jim Henson and seems to be, I think, very excited about it. It's like, well, okay, good for you, bro. Jim Henson. Multiple choice one time, but he got it right. Now we are 10-15 in favor of Nooms. Oof. Widening that gap. Round 3, 2-pointer for, oh no. Yep, I forgot about how this match ended. Yeah. 2-pointer for Paige. Tom Hanks, America's Uncle Daddy. Tom Hanks plays the role of,
Yeah, you remember it now. You know exactly what she heard the question and was like, oh yeah, this.
Washed up Jimmy Dugan in what film?
Yeah.
And I was like, Jimmy Dugan, A League of Their Own. Yeah. This should be in the bag. But I think she heard Washed Up.
And just stopped listening.
And Tom Hanks and went, well, he's on an island with a volleyball in Castaway. So I think she just kind of jumped the gun. Yeah. And said Castaway. I wish she would have done a repeat. But hindsight's always 20/20. It is what it is. It was, when you're going into round 3 down 5 against somebody like Nooms, it's already not looking great.
Yeah, you can't stumble as much as you did.
Yeah, it just sucks because I feel like, I think somebody called it like, oh, she fell for the red herring. Like she heard Tom Hanks Washed Up, Castaway. And maybe that's what happened. Yeah. Because as soon as they said A League of Their Own, she was like, like one of those, like that moment with Laura Kelly when she said Chirpa instead of Lil Grey. Like, no, I knew that. Yeah. Like I just heard something different.
Like you lashed on one part of the question and it's like, yep.
Yeah, so I think that's exactly what happened because I'm sure she knew Jimmy Dugan was from A League of Their Own. Yeah. If I knew it, I know she knew it. So yeah, she did miss it, unfortunately. 3-pointer for Paige. Remakes and reboots. Who plays Melina, a member of the Resistance and love interest of Colin Farrell's Quaid in 2012's Total Recall? Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Got it. 5-pointer in the 2000s. Gwyneth Paltrow, Christina Applegate, and Mark Ruffalo star in what 2000s romantic comedy? View from the Top. Unfortunately, she missed it. Oh. And with that, 13-15 in favor of Nooms with a TKO.
Another TKO victory for the exchange.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It really came down to that first round for Paige.
Yeah. There was a couple ones that would you say left on the board?
Yeah, there's several points left on the board.
Is that what they say?
On the first round, yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but you have days like this.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody does.
She had a fantastic showing this season. I mean, to beat Ben Bateman, in a tournament is says a lot about. And she's what
pretty big feather in your cap.
She only has two defeats this season in the singles division,
something like that.
I can't remember how many victories she has. I think it's like something like she's like 4-2 or 3-2, something like that.
Well, she had to win like 3 to get to this point or something like that, right?
I think she's like 4-2, 3-2, something like that.
Something around.
And that's a fantastic showing in your rookie season. Like this, like we've talked before off air. Like if this was the season to go from fan or fan leaguer to the big show, to you know what I mean.
This was the one.
This was the year. If you wanted to get into the Schmoedown and prove you belong here,
right?
This was the season,
right?
Paige proved this season she belongs here,
right? And I think what I love about one of the things I love about Paige is that not only has she shown, like, she stumbled a little bit in this match.
Yeah,
everybody does at some point, and I will say that until I'm blue in the face. Yeah. It happens to everybody.
Yeah,
everybody has a match like this at some point in their career. Unless you hang around for 2 or 3 matches and then peace out in your first season, everybody's going to see a match where they don't do as well as they want to do. But one of the things I love about Paige is that she's shown that she can hold her own against great competitors. But she also has a great personality, and she is not afraid to trash talk. She's not afraid to do some character work. She's very active on social media. Yeah. So I feel like she is a very well-rounded Schmoedown personality.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I love about her, and one of the reasons that I'm even though this ends her season this year, it's one of the reasons I'm pretty confident that we're going to see her next season.
Absolutely.
So that I take comfort in, because I mean, I think it's kind of out there that the roster is going to be cut down a bit. Next season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if there's any season, it was this season, because you know, the roster just cut down, and that's not to say that you might not find yourself back in the Schmoedown. Like there's the FCL. If you just can't get matches in the MTS, it's not like it's a bump down. Like you'll transfer,
it's just another option.
You'll transition into the FCL, which is a fantastic league in its own. It's starting to show that it's a place where you can really showcase your knowledge.
Yeah,
get your feet wet there. Make a name for yourself there, and then you'll find your way back to the Schmoedown. So it's not like it's the end of the road, but I think competitors like rookies like Paige is shown. It's like, nope,
I have a place here. I'm here to stay.
She'll be back next season, and and she, again, a win over Ben Bateman in a tournament is
a pretty big statement.
It's a big statement. It's a big little notch on your resume.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, look what I did this season.
Yeah.
So and to end your season on a winning record, not everybody can say that.
Yeah,
this guy certainly can't say that for your rookie season. You can't say you went out. You ended your season with a winning record. You're above 500.
Yeah,
not everybody can say that.
No, for sure. And she did it. So no, I'm not worried about that at all. Yeah. I know we're gonna see her again, and this isn't. I hate even like bringing that up because I feel like whenever somebody's season ends, we always talk about like, oh, I'm sure we'll see them next season. Blah blah blah.
No, we will.
Yeah,
especially at this point. If you're competing at this point in the season,
yeah. When you get this deep into tournament season, then yes. So love Paige. Can't wait to see what she does next year, because this gal's got some commitment.
Oh yeah,
and drive. So I'm excited to see what she brings next season. Mr. Nooms, on the other hand,
just doing Noom things.
He just Noomy things left and right. I mean, I understand that he's on a faction that I'm not supposed to like, but I love Griffey Nooms.
Yeah.
So
he's very
he's so good.
He continues to pad his resume for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what's happening with my hair. I feel like my hair is like sticking out, like straight out. I don't know what's happening.
I think it's
sorry. And if anybody thinks that I can see myself on that monitor clearly without my glasses on, you're nuts. I mean, I can see
you look
us.
fine.
It's just
You
not
look
clear.
perfectly fine. You look beautiful as always. Putting me to shame every freaking episode.
I'm wearing my happy clothes. I got my Chuck Norris shirt on, and you say I'm beautiful? Precious. I love this shirt. It's fun. I don't need a weapon.
I am one.
What were we saying?
Nooms, Rookie of the Year.
Love them. Oh no, yes. Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the teams. No, we're about to talk about the teams final.
Finals, yeah.
As we always usually say, spoiler alert. If you don't know the outcomes of these matches, please come back later. Or if you don't care, stick with us. No, Nooms is doing things to where it's like, no, this dude is a lock.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is quite ready to say, well, I'm sure there are some people.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can quite say a lock.
Yeah. I mean, there's
still a lot of stuff left to happen. There's oh Lord.
Sorry.
Oh, is it staying in?
Yeah, it'll stay in. I don't want to edit this out.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
There's a couple things left to happen in Griffin Nooms' season. And if those things pan out, my dude's a lock.
Yeah, there's a couple things that could happen.
Yes.
And it's spectacular or at the end of tournaments or whatever. But I think right now there's 3 frontrunners for Rookie of the Year. And it's Griffey Nooms, Thomas Harper, and Nicki Dimalanta. So those are the 3 frontrunners. In a lot of people's eyes, like those are the 3, but Nooms has a significant lead in my eyes.
I think Horowitz might get a nod. A nod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of rookies to choose from.
But right now, there's people that will get nods, that will be nominated. But I think front runners right now, you look at it, it's Griffey Nooms, Thomas Harper, and Nicki Dimalanta.
I know.
Those are the rookies that are like for. If
you put it to a vote this moment, I'd be voting for Nooms.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like certain, recency bias is a thing. Like a lot. One of the things I just can't stand about like the fandom of the Schmoedown and things like that is it doesn't matter what happens. You can do it. You can be fantastic throughout the beginning, middle of the season. Nobody really cares about that. It's how you end the season.
Yeah.
Who has the belts? Who has the wins? Who has the belts at the end of the season? That's what really everybody cares about.
There's probably some truth to that statement. I think it's more so, it's less they don't care, and it's more so they just forgot because.
Yeah, and that's a frustrating part about the Schmoedown.
It is because a lot of big things in Star Wars tend to happen at the beginning of the year, and people forget about it towards the end of the year. So
you said it, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's gotta. But yeah, no, recency bias is always a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us out here are like goldfish. Put something shiny in front of me, and that's all I care about. Yeah. And if something just happened, that's what I'm gonna remember. Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to remember. There's so much Schmoedown has happened this year.
Yeah, the number of competitors, the number of matches per week.
I can't even
pay-per-views per month. There's been a lot.
Probably so many matches that I forgot even happened. You could probably put 2 names out in the air and be like, they played a match this year.
Yeah,
just because, like I said, goldfish up here. Yeah. So if it wasn't particularly impactful to me or very recent, I might not remember it. Yeah. I might have gone into the recycle bin, as my father calls it. If there's something that you don't really need up there, he just transfers it to the recycle bin and then dumps it a lot, almost daily. Yeah. But recency bias is a big thing, and spectacular. I feel like whoever walks out of spectacular with some hardware, they tend to take home a lot of awards
because they have the shiny belt.
They have the shiny belt. And I mean, it's no easy feat to be successful at a spectacular, so it deserves recognition. However, there are sometimes that big things happen early on that everyone's like, yeah, cool story, spectacular though. Yeah,
and that's why everyone wants to get to the dance because that's what everybody remembers.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl of the Schmoedown. Yeah, but no, Nooms has a couple paths ahead of him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And if he is able to capitalize,
yeah.
He good. He real good.
All right. Next match.
Moving on.
As I clear my throat.
God.
Sorry.
I should try to do something to like mask it. No. I should cough to hide your cough.
It's like Peter Griffin when he tries to cough to cover his farts. Do you have a question, Mr. Griffin? He's farting. No.
12-year-old. I will.
Farts will always be funny.
Always and forever will be a
I don't
12-year-old.
care how old you are. I'm closer to 40 than 30 now.
That's true.
Farts will always be funny.
You're not wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a 12-year-old sense of humor sometimes. Our next match, we have the Barbarian of the Finstock Exchange versus Brendan the Kid Meyer of the Mercs. Round 1. Brendan missed the question about Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. That was such a gettable question, too.
Demon Knight. Mm-hmm. Barbarian, however, got a perfect round. He did miss the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 6-8 in favor of the Barbarian. Round 2. Barbarian spins Robert Rodriguez.
Ooh, spicy.
Sticks with it. Multiple choice only once, but got it right. Brendan spins Festival Darlings.
I think he likes it.
I guess. I feel like Festival Darlings is one of those ones that a lot of people tend to spin away from unless you're like Alonso Duralde. Yeah. But I guess Brendan likes him too because dude got a perfect round too.
Killed. There were a couple in there I was like, wow.
Crushed it.
What?
14-15.
What?
I feel like I need to do some math or something in my brain, but it's not going to happen at this time of night.
So 4 questions, so it should be 8 possible points.
It's 14-8. It's 14-15. Who's in the lead right now?
It should be
Barbarian. Okay.
Yeah, because he was up 2.
He was up 2.
But he went to multiple choice.
And Brendan got a perfect round 1.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, so
math.
he cuts it by 1.
Barbarian.
Yes.
Up by 1. Round 3.
It's everywhere. Math, don't
It really is.
do not crap on it publicly.
Everywhere. 2-pointer for Brendan. Family Films. What is the title of the first film in the Muppets franchise that was released in 1979? Ugh. It was the Muppet movie. He missed it because he said the Muppets movie. That's heartbreaking.
That one's like, that's where Benefit doesn't save you.
The
Because
Muppets have just been taking people out this year.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there is a Muppets movie.
There must be. If they didn't challenge it for benefit of the doubt, there must be. Because that's a rough go.
On a 2-point, like a totally gettable 2-pointer. He's just like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, and I think he said, regardless of how many repeats he would or wouldn't have used, he's like, no, that's just what I thought it was called. Yeah. I think that's pretty much how he's wrapped it up at the end. Yeah. 3-pointer for Brendan. Martial arts. What basketball star plays Ya, an eccentric arms dealer in the film Double Team, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme? Dennis Rodman. Got it.
What a character.
That's for sure. That's an understatement. 2-pointer for the Barbarian. 1990s.
No.
I don't even know what we were trying to go for here. All it says is 1990s. Going to go to heaven and hell. And what 1999 sequel? I don't know what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Usually I can decipher, but anyways, it's Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. He got it.
So what was it say again?
Something about going to heaven and hell.
So what movie do Bill and Ted go to heaven and hell in? I think that was a question, something like that.
I feel like they wouldn't have given Bill and Ted's names. That's a dead giveaway narrow it down. I don't know. And I can't tell you because something weird happened with my speech to text.
It was something like that where the characters go to heaven and hell.
Maybe.
Or something like that.
Bogus Journey. He got it. 3-pointer for the Barbarian. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey provides the voice of a character called Beetle in what animated film? I was quite proud that I got this.
Love this movie.
Kubo and the Two Strings. Got it. That's a really fun movie.
Yeah, that year we got Kubo, Moana, and Zootopia. Was that the year we got that? It came out. Zootopia and Kubo came out the same year. I believe that because I was like, God, the anime. Because usually, like in the animated category for best animated feature, it's like that one's definitely winning. There's no way that's not winning. Yeah. And this year, it's like, oh my God, we have so many good animated films. Yeah. So like, and Kubo was one of my favorites that year too.
Yeah, I really like Kubo, and I really like Moana. Zootopia is good too.
Yeah, Zootopia is like sneakily good sometimes. Like I watched it once, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Yeah. Then I watched it again, I was like, well, what am I doing? This is an amazing film. Yeah. But I do love Moana. Oh yeah. No one knows. What can I say except to welcome? Oh yeah, there's so many good songs. Yeah. Oh man. 5-pointer for Brendan.
Coming of age. What famous actor had an early starring role as a teen named Chris, who struggles to deal with his best friend's death in 1988's Permanent Record? I'm going to level with you. Never heard of that movie.
Yeah.
So that's rough. It was Keanu Reeves. He did miss it. So with that, 17-20 in favor of the Barbarian, advancing to the semifinals.
Semis. Yeah.
Yes. What a match,
What a match, man. Like, it's another match where it's like, Brendan, it's like, oh, you really can't point to like one certain point in the match where Brendan that cost him. It was just a combination of like several things.
Yeah, because he crushed round 2.
Yeah.
Had a couple more misses in round 1 than we're used to seeing him have.
Yeah, and then just
a weird 2-point in round 3 miss.
And then a hard 5.
And then a hard 5.
Yeah.
It was one of those days where it just wasn't his day.
Yeah, and it sucks because like Brendan is like, yeah, he's team's champion because part of
For good reason.
he's half of, in my opinion, the greatest team in movie trivia Schmoedown history.
I think it's funny how hotly debated that is.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any arguing that. In my opinion, there's no arguing that they are the best team to have ever played. But singles is just this like the thorn in his side. He just can't get over that hump. He had some great victories this year in singles.
Yeah.
He's had some great victories in his history of his in his record. But it's just like, God, when is he gonna get his break in singles? Because I know he can do it.
Yeah.
God knows he knows the answers to a lot of stuff. There are some things that he knows, like Oscars. Like, how do you know that much about Oscars? Like, why?
How?
Why would you know that?
Don't
like,
get it.
And it was just, it sucks because I know how much he wants to make his mark on singles because God knows he's made his mark on teams.
Yeah.
And so, but Barbarian, like if it sucks that my faction mate is losing, and I know I want to see Brendan succeed, but Barbarian is one of those I've wanted to see him succeed
Right.
for the longest time. He just never got his break, and he's starting to get his stride, and the breaks are hitting his way now.
Yeah.
So
he has been one of those competitors. It's like, when is it going to happen for him? Like kind of reminiscent of like Janine's story. Like we know how good they are.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've just been hitting some bad luck. I don't know. But like you said, he does seem to be hitting his stride. And I feel like if people had their brackets, I
don't think they
don't
put him
feel
past
like
us.
I don't know that his name made it past this part in a lot of people's brackets.
Yeah, because that lower left hand side was
brutal, absolutely brutal. That lower left hand side of the singles bracket. So to see him advance to the semifinals is like, it's good for him.
Yeah, and we always like to talk awards and stuff like that. Barbarian is starting to be like, ooh, comeback player of the year.
I think definitely.
I think
at least a nod.
He has a really good shot at that.
It's comeback player of the year is such a weird award for me,
because like past winners and stuff. I think the last person that's like had a comeback player of the year that was like, yep, they definitely deserve it was JTE when he had that one just string of losses.
Yeah.
In season 3, I think, and then season 4 he comes back and like does amazing things. I think that was the last time I was like, yeah, I think that's what everybody should look towards. Like comeback player of the year, that's what you look at.
Yeah.
But in the past, it's kind of like, yeah, they did well last season, but then they did better this season. It's like, that doesn't really constitute a comeback?
By definition, sure. You did better than last. But
I think comeback player of the year, in my opinion, is like you just had a bad season last year and you just couldn't get a win or suffer more than 2 wins or something. Then you come back and maybe you go on a run or you win a title. It's like, that's comeback player of the year. Come on.
There's comeback player of the year. I feel like a lot of people's feelings get cloud their judgment a lot.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've heard some names last year and this year that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that person has come back. They never really
went anywhere.
Struggled that hard, So there's like one name that I've been hearing thrown around this year for comeback player of the year. And I'm like, they didn't struggle last year. They had a fine year last year.
Yeah.
I don't understand. But I feel like a lot of people's biases and feelings color their opinions on comeback player of the year a lot.
Yeah. An example
as with all the awards.
Yeah. An example I think would be great. Adam Collins. Not the best year this year, right?
So next year, if he comes back
and Wreck Shop and wins multiple titles or a title or goes on an insane run, comeback player of the year because he's hit a pretty decent sophomore slump this season.
Next season, we see Paul Preston go on a run.
Yeah.
We see Ben Goddard go on a run.
Yeah.
There's your definition.
Yeah.
So, but if you have like a decent year and then you just have a little bit better of a year the next year. It's like no, yeah, you definitely did better, but I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. That's a funny category to see people justify their opinions.
Maybe like change the name to most improved player.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's potato.
Yeah, and just rebrand it to where like the way you're voting and where you're nominating, like it's a little more clear. Because comeback player, there's like you said, a lot of people have their personal feelings involved in it. It's like
it's incredibly subjective.
Yeah,
which a lot of the awards are, if not all of them.
Yeah,
but yeah. It's interesting to see people's discussions because it's like I just think that the person's your favorite player.
Yeah, but if Barbarian goes on a tear in the next couple matches or so, and he finds himself in a title match at Spectacular or something like that by the end of the tournament, that's my nomination.
There you go. Before our next match, there was an opening scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Roka's waiting for Christian. Christian very awkwardly shows up in a wig.
What?
It's so weird.
Did we miss something?
No, I think it was just, Christian was trying to throw him off the scent. Like, if I put on a wig, he won't know who I am. Yeah, Mike.
The way he showed up, it was like,
that was weird.
Like, did we miss something?
Like, did we take a couple, funny brownies before this or something?
No, I don't think so. Something happened on one of the shows that we were like, it's like a bit that they're trying to pull into the Schmoedown. It's like,
I was expecting him to do one of his like SEN voices or something. One of the SEN voices of old.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I think it was just supposed to be a stupid bit of like, he's not going to recognize
Christian not here.
Yeah. But then he, of course, he takes off his wig and he's like, all right, that didn't work. And Roka's making threats. If you don't give me a title, I'm going to show up to your house. I'm going to show up to your kids' recitals. I'm going to show up to your wife's this and that. I'm like, damn, he's bringing his family. Okay.
Keep your wife awake at night. You don't want that.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm going to hang outside of your house and like, I don't know.
Throw rocks at the window.
Yeah. So Christian was like, all right, fine. I give you a match, but I'm not going to be able to confirm for you who it is. A lot of people are making their speculations. I do feel like I just need to throw it out into the air, even though I know it doesn't matter because I'm not the one making decisions.
Yeah.
But I saw in the Facebook group that Christian was like, patrons are going to know who Roka's going against on Monday, but don't spoil it when everybody else finds out on Wednesday who Roka's opponent's going to be. You and I were talking about this earlier today.
Yeah.
And we were like, before he made that post, before we knew that.
Yeah.
We were like, when do you think we'll find out?
It's like, find out at Spectacular.
That's what we were saying. Like, what if they go full wrestling on us?
Yeah.
And Roka's there and he's on stage.
It's like, who is it? He's calling out. It's like,
who is it? Is it Mance? Is it Merle? Is it Snyder? Is it Levine?
Is it Bateman?
And then he's up on stage, going full Roka, doing his thing. And then I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Could you imagine Roka on stage freaking out into a microphone about Christian, give me my match. Christian, you're a liar. This and that, blah, blah, blah. And then boom.
Lights go out. You hear a theme song of somebody.
Maybe you hear somebody's personal theme song. Maybe you hear a faction theme song and you just go like, especially if it's a faction theme song, because that might like, I mean, if it's Mance, then obviously what are you going to play? But if you play like a faction theme song, or if somebody has a theme song that's like, oh my God, we know who
exactly
that person
is.
Yeah. But if it was like a faction theme song, then it would point you in the right direction, but it would still be kind of like, oh my God, I can just imagine
in a spotlight,
people in their seats freaking out, trying to see where they're coming out. And it would be the hype in that arena, I keep calling it arena, theater. The hype in that theater would be electric, palpable. And then that person just struts. I'm getting all chilly willy just thinking about it.
I can see them.
I know, man. Like,
come on, that's like pure wrestling. That's
pure
100% wrestling. It's 100% what Christian wants for the Schmoedown. And it's like,
because I know not everybody has their own personalized theme to where you'd be like, oh my God, it's this person.
Yeah.
But at least we have faction themes to point you in the right direction, but still give you a little bit of mystery.
Yeah.
But whatever. I guess people are going to find out this week. But
find out today when this airs.
Yeah, which, all right, it's whatever. I do wish that we could have found out at Spectacular.
Because like you just alluded to, it's like, this is the first, like, well, we had in New York, but this is like the biggest live event we had back. This is the first
Spectacular since Corona, baby.
Yeah. And
live Spectacular.
Live Spectacular since we had since Corona. And like, can you imagine? It'd be like when the Five Horsemen were revealed.
People would lose
people lost their mind at that. Oh my God.
Like, I almost want to message Christian and be like, can you do this as Spectacular? But I know if his mind's made up, he's got a plan.
Yeah.
And I get it. I just, oh man, do I wish that we could just
Just
do
get
it
that.
like that.
That'd be so cool. Damn.
What are you going to do? Damn. What are you going to do?
Wait.
All right. Our next match. We have another, I don't know, quarterfinals, something like that.
Something like that.
Dangerous Dan Murrell of the Dungeon versus Janine, the Machine of the Stars. Round 1. They both missed a question about Miss Keira Knightley.
Oof.
Janine
First question, right?
Maybe.
I think it was. This is the very first question.
I think so. Janine missed a question about Miracle, Blast from the Past, and something about Welcome to Mooseport. Cool name.
Oh, Blast from the Past. I'm glad Brendan Fraser is getting a lot more work now. There's actually something that came out recently that pointed to why he stepped away from the spotlight. And apparently he got wrapped up in like some kind of like, I don't know what it was, some kind of scandal, a sexual scandal or something that he didn't want to be a part of. It's like, I'm going to step back.
Ugh.
And then the whole like Me Too movement came out and that sort of gave him like strength and like.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, you know.
Me too.
Me too. And it's like, it's a fun, you know, not fun little spin, but it's like, look, happens to men too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So he stepped out and now he's going to be in the Scorsese movie.
Like it empowered him.
Yeah, that's the word I was like. It empowered him to come forward out and come out with the story. And now he's getting work again. I'm like, oh, fantastic. Because I love Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Who doesn't like Brendan Fraser?
He's a real cool dude.
So when Blast from the Past came out, I'm like, oh, Brendan Fraser, Blast from the Past. I love that movie.
Oh. At the end of round 1, 4-7 in favor of Dan. Round 2, Janine goes. She spins away from Miss Scarlett Johansson. And she gets rom-coms. Knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
Perfect round 2. Dan goes. He spins Scorsese. Decides to stick with it. Didn't want to make the family mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He also crushes it and gets a perfect round 2. Oof. So wild. Double round 2 perfects.
Yep.
12-15 in favor of Dan. Daniel Murrell, attorney at law. Round 3. 2-pointer for Miss Janine Horror, who played the title role in the 2013 remake of Carrie. Chloe Grace Moretz. She got it. 3-pointer for Janine, 1980s. John Belushi plays Jake Blues in the Blues Brothers. What is the name of the character portrayed by Dan Aykroyd?
Oh, God, this is a painful miss.
Elwood Blues. Yeah, like you're ever going to guess that because I've never seen the Blues Brothers. And when they were like Jake Blues, I was like, I don't know, John. Like alliteration, maybe it's another J name, but you go from Jake to Elwood. Okay, good luck guessing that. She did miss it, unfortunately. 5-pointer for Janine. TKO territory.
Yeah.
2000s. This 2000s family film based on a Disney Channel series featured supporting performances from Adam Lamberg and Robert Carradine. It was the Lizzie McGuire movie. She got it.
Ooh.
Bounce it back to Mr. Dan. 2-pointer for Dan. Martial arts. What action thriller released in the U.S. in 2012 stars Iko Uwais as Rama, a rookie member of a special forces unit tasked with taking down a crime lord in a high-rise building?
Ooh, have you seen The Raid?
What do you think?
You have to see The Raid.
I have not.
It's so good. Oh my God. Like
Martial arts movie? Is that what it was?
yeah, the fight scenes in this movie are ridiculous.
Is he the lead?
Yes, he's the lead.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So good. It's, oh my God. Like when you think martial arts film, yeah, this is like martial arts through and through. Like it like the fight scenes are like painful. The
kind of movie that if we were still in college living with all of our friends, actively doing Taekwondo, we would have sat down and had a movie night.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like bone crushing fight scenes. It's awesome.
Bones.
We had an off season. We'll watch it.
Okay.
It's so good.
There are movies that I can watch.
Yeah.
That aren't Star Wars. Didn't realize. 3-pointer for Dan. 1990s. Who co-stars with Demi Moore as Command Master Chief John James Ergale in G.I. Jane? That was just word salad. Viggo Mortensen. Uncharacteristic miss.
Yeah, that was a surprising miss by Dan.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
5-pointer for Dan now. Quentin Tarantino. How many years did the bride spend in a coma in the Kill Bill films?
He says 5.
He said 5 and it was 4. He did miss it. So with that, 17-19 in favor of Janine.
Wow. I mean,
look at that. All that rhyming.
Yeah. I mean, Janine's having a special season.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I mean.
Everything went, not everything went her way. She was down the whole time.
Yeah, this was a struggle for her. This is a struggle for her to stay in it. I mean, kudos for her to just like keep your head in the game. And like we said, anything can happen in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's very rare we see Dan miss a 3
and a 5.
It's almost even more rare that we see him miss a 3 and a 5. I don't think we've ever seen him do that.
I don't know.
So Lady Fortune smiled on Janine today because this is, wow. I mean, to beat Dan Murrell of all people is impressive.
Oh yeah.
So, but you know, it like I said, it's like, this was a struggle. This is like she had to scrap for every single point she got. So, so now she gets to go up against Barbarian.
Yes.
So that's not an easy spin either. I mean, come on. She just beat Kalinowski and Dan Murrell back to back.
Yeah.
So she's got momentum on her side.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean,
the crazy thing about this match too was that, like we were saying with the Barbarian match, I feel like if you looked at a lot of people's brackets, they probably wouldn't have had Barbarian in that next round.
Yeah.
I think even more people were expecting Dan to be in the next round.
Yeah.
So it's wild that we're going to see Barbarian against Janine, and show me a person that has that matchup on their pre-tournament bracket, and that person should buy a lottery ticket or something.
Yeah.
Because I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that had that matchup, you know, on their Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Janine, she's been, like you said, she's been having a real special season.
Like we said, like, it doesn't matter how much you prepare. It doesn't matter how much you study. It doesn't matter what you do in the match. Schmoedown Gods will smile on one competitor one day for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And, you know, not everything is luck in this game, but when luck goes your way, it means everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I do remember last season, there was somebody who was like, this game is 100% luck. It's like, no,
you're right and you're wrong.
Luck is definitely a big factor.
Luck of the draw. What questions you happen to get.
Yeah.
It's a testament to how much you prepare, whether you know those answers or not.
Right.
So,
but there is always a factor of luck, but I don't know why that just made me think of that comment. Cause I was always like, Noah.
Yeah. It's like such a slap in the face of all the work that these people do.
Yeah. To say that it's like all about luck. Well, you're lucky you got a question you knew, and you hear lucky he got a question he didn't know. And it's like, I hear you. Touche.
Yes and no. I still need to know that answer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That was a little bit of a tangent. Sorry about that. But
it's the name of the show.
There are some times there's a lot of times luck plays a factor.
Oh yeah.
And when you're down the entire match and Dan friggin' Murrell misses his 3 and his 5,
because what was
fortunate for you.
They posted the accuracy rates and excuse me.
Oh God. Oh boy.
I held it off as long as I could. But on Reddit, the accuracy rates was like,
I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think Dan had like an 80% accuracy rate, and Janine had something in like the high 60s or something like that.
Yeah, but her
PPE was a little bit higher. So she missed in questions that weren't quite as heavy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not what you miss, it's when you miss.
Yeah.
Dan missed in critical positions where Janine missed in the first, and she made up those points in the second round.
Right.
And in the third. So
even with a miss in the third.
Exactly.
That's wild.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I love the game so much. If it's just trivia versus trivia, Dan wins this match.
Yeah, if every match is an Iron Man, that would get
that's why I don't like
Iron Man.
It's like Iron Mans are fun in theory.
Yeah.
And I love the Ken Knapsack. Wow, why does his name just fall on my head? Sam Witwer. I love that title match. It's one of the best matches I've ever watched, just because it came down to the wire, one buzz-in.
Yeah.
But that's not the Schmoedown. It is not the Schmoedown. And it's matches like this that show me why I love this format so much, because Janine was just trying to keep up with them the entire time. The game had other things to say about it.
Yeah.
Dan missed in a critical time, and Janine came out on top.
3 and a 5. Yeah. Wild. But yeah, I mean, what do you say about Dan? He's Dan. Yeah. He's still the GOAT. A loss is not going to take any of that away from him. It's just his season's done for now.
Yeah.
And
it sucks when you see him in the post-match interview. Like, he seems devastated.
Yeah, he's really hard on himself.
Because he said it himself. He's put so much effort into this. Like, he's put more effort in this season than he had in past seasons.
Right.
And to get so close to a team's title, to get so far, because tournaments have never been kind to Dan Murrell.
And this is a tremendous tournament.
Yeah.
So,
and going into this match, you looked at his record. He was like, "Oh, he's 20-7." I'm like,
excuse me.
What is this, basketball? What are we, mid-season basketball? Are you kidding me?
Most people would be lucky to see 20 matches in their entire career.
Yeah.
Much less win 20 of them.
Yeah. So it's like, it's Dan Murrell. I mean, this does nothing but like fuel him for next season.
Yeah.
And like he'll it seems like at the start of every season or the end of every season, we will see Dan Murrell in a title match at some point.
And also, I think it just creates the fun possibility of, because I feel like this year we've been seeing a really intense Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when he shows up and he's, and he's got his little hoodie on, I'm like, he does look a little dangerous right now, He's a little fired up, a little hot potato, coming up on the screen. This gives us the possibility next year now for a Murrell Janine too.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
And imagine angry, wanting to get some vengeance Murrell.
Because we've gotten Murrell of an edge. Can you imagine a heel turn Murrell next season?
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting to see.
Oh, yeah. And like we said for Janine, girl's been picking up a lot of momentum, a lot of heat.
I think she's gonna carry this momentum in the next match because it's an interesting matchup.
Oh,
because these are two, like I said, Barbarian has a pretty good run for comeback and play of the year. Janine's got a really solid case for it.
I think so too.
Because look at the leap she made this season of like those two back-to-back, like almost perfect matches, I believe. And like being shoved into a title match last second and perform and carry the team in that title match.
Yeah.
Is something to say. So I think she has a pretty good case for comeback player of the year. If not, she's probably the front runner right now. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be an interesting matchup between her and Barbarian.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens.
And now we have a pay per.
Ooh, really?
One card, single card, only card. We have the finals of the teams tournament. We have King Arthur of the Finstock Exchange, which is, of course, King Khan. And also Downtown Arthur Nooms.
He should go downtown and pull like sword out. Like Arthur.
Oh, for when he's doing teams?
Yeah. So he's downtown Griffin Nooms.
Have like a little rock.
Yeah, downtown Artie Nooms. Pull like a little foam sword out.
His expo marker.
There you go. Bill me later, Nooms.
Yeah. You don't watch this.
He doesn't. Khan does.
My man, Khan.
I see that Beyond sticker, my man.
I see. And they're going up against the press room of the Mercs. And that is, of course, Scary Perry Nemiroff and Josh the Carpathian Horowitz. Round one. Oh, buckle in, everybody. It's a 5-rounder.
5 rounds.
Wow. Round one. Perry and Khan missed a question about white noise, serendipity, and take me home tonight.
Take me home tonight.
I don't want to let you. Didn't that come up recently? I feel like we just sang that song. No, that was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
I go walking in my sleep. Man, we should have a karaoke show where we just terrible covers.
That would have to be like a live stream. Pre-record
through the desert.
Pre-record karaoke podcast does not go. What are we doing? That has to be a live stream. That can't be.
Being a couple of 30-something-year-olds. Just
be mostly Korean songs to be like, what are you doing?
Living my best life, Oh my God.
And also, I have to bring up Justin Square. Speaking of karaoke and Korean song, because I see you with that Boa fandom, Justin.
How did that come up? Oh, he was watching Rad.
He was watching Rad.
Sorry for the tangent again.
Sorry. We're talking about our Korea trip and how we love K-pop. And Justin just comes in the chat. It's like, oh, K-pop fans, eh? What are your thoughts on Boa? I'm like, bro.
How much time do you have?
Bro, if you only knew. She's only the queen of K-pop.
She is. And when I first met Andrew, dude was, I don't want to say obsessed, but
I had a mad crush on her.
Oh yeah, he did.
A mad crush on her.
I remember one of the first times I met your best friend Eddie. Mm-hmm. Some K-pop came up somehow, some way, and he was like, I think you and I need to have a talk about Boa because Andrew's got a problem. I distinctly remember him wanting to have a conversation with me. Like, I need to let you know that dude over here has got an issue. So the question, he showed me the comment, like, what are your thoughts on Boa? And I was like,
I got a lot of thoughts on Boa.
He's got lots of thoughts on Boa.
Yeah. Sorry, tangents.
If you ever are curious about K-pop, she's the queen. I mean, I think she still makes music from time to time.
she owns part of the record company that she's a part of.
When you want to talk about K-pop royalty, you talk about her.
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about K-pop in the next Radcast.
Word.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
All right.
Perry and Josh missed a question about Josh Brolin. Khan missed a question about Marlon Wayans. Was that white chicks in another movie
Yeah.
The answer was Damon, but he said Marlon.
Yeah.
Everybody. Nooms, Josh, Khan, and Perry all missed Anaconda.
Oh, man.
Tired of these mother.
No, it was
snakes.
you can't something if you can't breathe or something like that. And I was like,
it was like a tagline.
It was a tagline. I was like, why does that sound? Because like
because Anaconda squeeze you and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? And like, I get the decade. Oh man, I can't. And everybody's like, is it this? And when they said Anaconda, I'm like, yeah, that was a fantastic question though.
And then Perry missed a question about Ivan Reitman. So by the end of round 1. It's a tough round 1.
Oh, yeah.
8-10 in favor of King Arthur. Round 2, press room goes first. They spin musicals and decide to stick with it. Because they said that there was a lot of other things that scared them on the wheel.
Didn't want to land on it.
I guess it was just a harrowing wheel that day.
Yeah.
So they stuck with it, but they did well. They only went to multiple choice one time and got it right. Josh killed it.
This is a wild second round. Like, what? Because there's certain questions of like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, it's this. Like, how? Why do you? How do you? Why do you?
I don't understand.
I don't understand
singles players.
Yeah,
or teams players for that matter.
Yeah, that was a wild second round. And it's not like he did all the work. There's one or two questions where Perry's like, yeah, it sounds like this. And Josh is like, I have no idea. And she's like, yeah, I think it's this. So I think, like I said, teams is a lot of a dynamic.
Yeah, I think
if he's on his own, he probably doesn't get there. But Perry there.
Yeah, that multiple choice one, I think she was instrumental in that one.
Yeah.
King Arthur goes, they spin John Carpenter. And they let us in on a little tidbit that Artie over here just did a deep dive into his entire filmography for a podcast. Nerd alert.
Who does that?
Who does a deep dive?
Who has a platform or like of such that's dedicated to one franchise?
Not this guy.
This guy. One guess it wasn't, but it is.
Anyways. I guess he did a thing on John Carpenter for his podcast. They were like, yeah, no, I think we're going to stick with it. They went to multiple choice one time. Got it right. 19-21 in favor of King Arthur. Still a close game. Well, I mean, they both performed the same in round 2. One multiple choice and they got it.
Still close game.
Round 3, King Arthur spins, even though it's digital. John Carpenter.
Oh my God.
Funny how Schmoedown,
Yeah.
King Arthur bet 3. Press room bet 2. Both teams got it. 21-24 in favor of King Arthur.
Still gettable.
Round 4. This is where train veered off the track a little bit. Oh boy. Khan and Nooms
blew it out of the
crushed
water.
it.
Jesus.
Got 5 out of 5 each. 10 points on the board. Got it. Press room had a little bit of an issue. Josh got 3. Pass on 2. Didn't miss any.
So no giveaways.
No giveaways. He put 3 points up on the board. Perry had a rough go. She only got 1 and passed on everything else.
Yeah.
A couple passed on him multiple times.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
Hard round 4. It's now 25-34 in favor of King Arthur. Round 5. 2-point remakes and reboots for Press Room. Perry takes it. Who stars as high school jock turned police officer Greg Janko in the 2012 film 21 Jump Street? Magic Mike himself, right? Channing Tatum. She got it.
My name Jeff.
My name Jeff. Oh God! Don't make him laugh too much.
That'll never not be funny.
My name Jeff.
My name Jeff.
And we always reference that one part whenever like our dog is like breathing really hard, like open mouth dog breathing, and her tongue is just all over the place. Like, put that back in your mouth. I don't like that. Put that back in your mouth. That's a funny movie.
It is. I haven't seen the sequel yet.
Well, 22 Jump Street?
Yeah. I haven't
really?
Seen it. I haven't, yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
They just move across the street and it's 22 Jump Street.
Who just moves across the street?
It was the undercover precinct that they moved across the street. So it's 22 Jump Street.
I was talking about us because we moved across the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Also.
Not literally across the street.
Not literally,
across the main street.
Across a big street. Whatever. It's whatever. Ignore me.
That'll be another Radcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Moving and how much it sucks.
And how exciting it is to search
And
for
also
houses.
how exciting it is at the same time. Yeah. We're a bunch of idiots over here.
Yeah.
3-pointer for the press room, 1990s. Josh is going to take it, of course. Robert De Niro starred in how many films from director Martin Scorsese during the 1990s? I'm going to level with you guys here. I didn't get the answer. I'm guessing it's somewhere between 3 and 5. If I had to guess, who knows how far off I am. But he did miss it, unfortunately. 27-34 in favor of King Arthur with another TKO.
God. You know, The Exchange has the most.
Oh, God. R.I.P. your ear balls.
Sorry. The Exchange has the. Go ahead and.
Why don't you take a drink? We'll riff here a little bit. Andrew's had a little bit of a cold for the past couple of days, and it sucks. We thought it was like allergies at first, but I'm pretty sure it was a full-on cold.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that you kick it because you're supposed to get your boosty soon.
Yeah.
Supposed to get that booster, supposed to get that flu shot.
It's always the freaking cough
I know.
that I can never kick. It always like I throw everything at it.
Yeah.
And it's like the cough I can never get rid of.
That's the way it is for me too. I think that's the way it is for most people. It's just that lingering, usually dry cough that just takes forever to go away.
And it's like no matter what you do, it just doesn't soothe it, doesn't make it any better. You just have to like cough your lungs out.
Usually when I'm in that stage of a cold, the tail end of a cold, I drink so much water that I'm afraid it's bad for me.
Yeah. I've been drinking
just to
so
keep
much
myself from coughing.
Orange juice and apple juice and water. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Because I also feel like if you can keep yourself from coughing, you allow your throat time to actually heal.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll help you stop coughing quite as much. It's a paradox. Anyways, hopefully you kick it soon because Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah. I don't want to be
And
coughing
also other things are coming up.
I don't even know. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So, you know, the Exchange has so many TKOs.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make history too. We're the most TKO'd faction of the entire Schmoedown. That's something to hang our hats on.
Hey man, there's always a silver lining somewhere.
Yeah. That's the name of the marks, man. We spin negatives into positives.
Yeah. I think Coy said something one time that he strives to be the human equivalent of an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Make everything happy.
Yeah.
And always find the bright side of everything. And boy, does he.
Yeah.
Because what a fun way to look at a hard start to the season.
Yeah.
And I do wonder if that TKO -1 thing wasn't in effect, how many extra points, how would that change the faction standings?
Yeah.
I know somebody out there has done it because people in this community seem to really love math. So, I mean, I was on
Schmoedown Eagles math wizards.
I think it was speaking of Schmoedown that I was on recently.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, they had that graph.
they pulled up a graph and they were explaining to me the graph. And I'm like, what?
I just answered questions about Star Wars.
I talk about aliens and stuff.
I know alien names. I know space words.
Numbers? Not my thing.
Nope.
No, sir.
But like, it came down to that speed.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, for sure.
kudos for them for playing it smart and not giving more points up.
Yeah.
Because
Because that could have made it a straight out KO.
Yeah, fast money it's a muscle that if you don't know how to flex it real well, you can't really succeed in it.
I just also don't understand the mental gymnastics that singles and teams players have to go, especially singles players, because in teams, and I don't mean to like say that anything's easier, but at teams digitally, right? Yeah. Teams digitally, you only got to worry about 5 questions each.
Yeah.
But it's every movie ever.
Yeah.
So like singles players and teams players, single players, you got to do 10 questions in a speed round for every movie ever created
for a digital
ever.
Title match, yeah.
I can't imagine like keeping that muscle flexed and warm for a specialty division. At least you have a focus. But I can't imagine. I mean, if that was me, you know, if Perry got one, I would pass on all 5.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, they played it well enough to where it's like, because you could just like, I don't know this and give up points because like the best way they handled the best way they could, like, you know, go in. If you don't know it right away, pass on
just
it.
Don't give any points.
Just don't give any points back. If you don't know it, pass on it, and maybe it'll come to you when you come back to it.
Right. That happened for Josh.
And it happened for Josh. So it's like, I don't fault them for not succeeding in a format that they've never played in before.
True.
And and both of them are so busy they just probably didn't have enough time to prepare for it, because it is something that we had to practice several times to get used to, because it's
there's a rhythm.
There's a rhythm. There's so many factors that have gone in your head. It's like, okay, you literally count in your head like 3, 2, pass, because you don't have it. And it sucks. And granted, because like Nooms and Khan killed it, so they were very prepared for it.
Yeah.
So it really, because it had this been a 3-rounder, different story.
Oh, for sure.
But,
Probably would have been.
But the fact that the extra rounds, especially the speed, is really what hurt press room.
Yeah. That was hard.
Yeah.
And I know that Khan was saying something about, I saw him on Twitter saying something about like, oh, I only picked up X amount of points in round 1 because, I had just gotten home from work and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, you don't need to justify anything to anybody. Yeah. Like if anybody's out here like, oh, wow, Khan's really,
Hey, there were hard questions. That one question.
How many did you get right?
Yeah.
From your couch.
There's one question that everybody missed. So clearly, because we're such a bad barometer for difficulty in the singles and teams division.
God, yeah.
But like when every single competitor in that match misses a single question, it's like, okay, so the questions are probably really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I would don't try to make excuses. Don't try to like, oh, whatever. It's like, no, man, no, you did your best.
And also, real life stuff does play a factor sometimes. And there's you don't have to apologize for that one bit. The only thing is that knowing in hindsight, because King Arthur's a ballin' team.
Yeah,
like scary.
Who would have thought they'd win in the tournament?
Yeah,
and they're heading to spectacular now.
Yeah, but in hindsight, no, because I feel like it's not too out of line to say King Arthur was probably favored in this match.
Yeah,
and that it was a bit of a hill to climb for press room.
Yeah,
but in hindsight, it's like, oh man, if Khan did have that hard round 1, just because it was hard questions, maybe he had a long day at work. Today of all days would have been the day for press room to take them down.
Exactly. We were saying that multiple times. Like God, today's.
And then it would have been a Quirky Mercs Invitational. Spectacular.
Like if there was one day that this mammoth of like a star-powered team was going to slip and lose the match, it was today. But it's just that speed round.
Yeah,
it was just that speed round.
Oh yeah.
So,
but an exciting match until round 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, King Arthur's they're real good. So, and I feel like Josh, I really hope that he decides to, his season's over now.
Yeah.
So is Perry's. I'm really hoping that he decides to stick around for next season. He's incredibly talented.
Yeah. And he's
hit a couple snags, as does everybody from time to time. So I assume Perry would want to come back too. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, she's been a part of the Schmoedown for a while.
That's what I'm saying. She kind of comes in and out sometimes, but I'm really hoping we see Josh next year because he's a really fun presence.
He's become a seasoned competitor now because he went on that amazing run. Like, oh my God, like we did not see this coming out of this guy at all. And then he hits a couple of snags like every competitor does.
And then he hit the roadblock of downtown Griffey Nooms in New York.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the teams finals and hits a roadblock that also includes Artie Nooms and Khan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could say that the only roadblock that Josh ever faced this season was Nooms.
Yeah.
And also Khan. But he had a really good showing. I think he's going to get a nod for Rookie of the Year at least.
At least, yeah.
But Khan and Nooms.
Yeah, they look dangerous.
How insane is it? And I know people have said this 5 million times that we are going to be seeing 2 rookies going against Shazam, a team that a lot of people are saying is GOAT team. A GOAT team going up against 2 rookies?
Yeah.
2 hotshot rookies? That's insane. Spectacular.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Nooms is now pulling himself ahead in the Rookie of the Year category. So
because we just witnessed him taking on Miss Betty or taking her out.
Yeah.
And now we get to see him in the semifinals against Bibiani in the singles tournament. So he's got himself a chance there to get to the finals of the singles tournament and where he could take it there. So it's just wild to think that he's already locked in a spot for a shot at the team's title at Spectacular. And he's 2 matches potentially away from a single shot at Spectacular.
It's crazy. Like, 2 out of the 4 titles at Spectacular will be contended by rookies.
The 2 that are confirmed? Yeah.
Star Wars. Rookie is going for the belt. Rookie is defending the belt.
Right.
And
2 rookies.
Yeah. And then in the teams, we have 2 rookies going up against one of the best teams that we've ever seen.
IG, that's a lock. We know no rookies are coming in there.
Yeah.
But singles,
and depending on what happens,
there's still a 1 in 4 shot, right, of a rookie going for the singles at Spectacular.
That could be minus the IG, every title could be contended by a rookie.
Wild.
Who would have thought that this season? The season has been wild.
It's been crazy. But I mean, Nooms and Con, they've been on fire.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting situation for Shazam. It's an interesting situation for King Arthur.
Yeah.
Because Shazam, they're staring down the barrel of a hotshot rookie team who just seems to be absolutely, Con had a rough round 1. Yeah. Whatever. It happened and it's over. And they still won.
Yeah.
So they're looking at this team that looks scary. King Arthur's looking up at this team with the word GOAT being thrown around them. Yeah. And they're holding the titles. Yeah. So this is going to be a mammoth matchup.
This is going to be such a great spot. I'm glad that we get to go this time.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there. Because just look at the matches we have confirmed now.
Kalinowski and Parker.
Depending on what happens with the whole...
Who knows what's going on there?
We haven't heard anything about it. Spectacular's 3 weeks away. I'm assuming it's not going to happen. So as of now, just look at the card that, assuming that Kalinowski is defending that Spectacular, right. Look at the matches we have at Spectacular. We have the Star Wars title against 2 undefeated rookies for the Star Wars title. Then for the team's title, we have what people are calling the GOAT team against a rookie phenom team, hot off of tournament win for the team's title. The guy that came out of the fan bases last season, 2 seasons ago, like, this guy is the new thing for IG. He finally gets a title shot against the GOAT of the IG. We have the first female champion defending her title against possibly a rookie, possibly another mammoth,
possibly a veteran,
possibly a legacy player. This Spectacular is. And the Roca retirement match.
Well, no, the Roca retirement match, but also for singles, you not only have the first female title holder, she has a 1 in 4 shot of going up against Janine. So you could have 2 ladies going for it. So there's a lot of things that could be happening at the Spectacular, and I'm getting chillies again just thinking about it.
Oh my God. The card for Spectacular is wild.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be electric.
God, the gods just smiled upon us. It's like, this is the first live Spectacular you've had in 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Christian, wait until Spectacular Day to announce Roca's opponent.
This is going to be a magical event. I'm so glad we're going to be there for it. 1, I'm excited to be at my first live Spectacular ever. Yeah. 2, I'm glad that you're competing in it.
Me too. I guess.
Glad that my guys are competing in it too. It's like, there's so many. I'm so thankful that we get to go this time, and I'm so thankful for so many things for Spectacular this season.
It's a good time of year to be talking about thankfulness. It's almost Thanksgiving.
Don't skip Thanksgiving, people. You're singing Mariah Carey right now. Shut that stuff off, because give Thanksgiving the respect it deserves.
Give respect to the turkeys. It's a delicious holiday.
Turkey knows my location only one darn time of the year, and that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's a good time. Family, football, food.
Football, food, and family.
Yup.
The 3 F's in my book.
The 3 pillars of Thanksgiving in Andrew's life. But Spectacular is going to be wild.
It's gonna be
There's so many different outcomes, all of which are exciting for their own reasons.
Yeah.
So, Lord help us, everyone.
Can't wait.
Let's see what's happening this week.
This week's matches.
Because it's already mid-November. Wednesday, November 17th, we have Griffey Nooms versus William Bibiani. Finstock Exchange versus Merckx for the singles tournament semifinals. Thursday, November 18th, we have Janine the Machine of the Stars going up against the Barbarian of the Finstock Exchange for the singles tournament. And again, we're talking about all these different possibilities. We're all used to the possibility of corruption invitationals, right? We have the potential for a Finstock Exchange invitational, which is insane. So keep your eyes peeled. And then on Friday the 19th, it just said, it's TBD versus TBD for the singles tournament final. So whoever claws their way out of these two matches on Wednesday and Thursday, we will see go head to head on Friday to see who goes up against Miss McKee. Oh my God.
We're almost there, guys. My God. So we're almost there.
Does this mean that this week is the last week of matches before Spectacular?
I imagine, because then there's...
Because all the tournaments will be done by then.
Yeah, and then there might be a couple... Well, there's room for a couple of other matches, like grudge matches.
Do we do that after the tournaments are done?
We've done that a couple of times. I can't remember last. It's so long ago.
I know. I don't remember anything. But who knows? And then, like you said, who knows what's going to happen with this Chandru? I'm using the free-for-all thing, blah, blah, blah.
We'll probably find out about that in the next coming weeks.
Who knows?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Maybe he'll just jump out on stage and be like, make it a triple threat. I don't know if you can do that. But
he might. But if I was Parker, I'd be so pissed if that happened.
Of course you would. Yeah.
Because that almost happened with me and Alex.
Right. And then you would never have given birth to 5150.
Yeah. Don't mess with the flow of things. Oh, and then that was that one thing that you were on. What show was that? It was speaking of Schmoedown.
Yeah.
And that graph that they showed.
Oh,
And how like I don't think digital talent matches will be a thing anymore next season. So I think 5150 in the case of individual matches, like single on single person teams, it's possible. 5150 will probably never happen again. It's very slim that it'll happen. It can happen in teams because we already saw it happen in a live teams match with Shazam and Corruption.
But one-on-one?
Well, one-on-one, I don't think that's ever happened.
You gotta both go perfect and go well into overtime.
Yeah, you have to go perfect, and that speed round, you like, all right, we're not gonna answer any of them. That's the only way it happens. Because that's
because if one person sweeps them all, then you're not.
It's either like you both answer two and then you just don't answer the fifth one.
Somebody just doesn't buzz into the last one.
Yeah,
or just one of them.
Yeah, and then you go perfect the rest of the way, and then it gets all the way up. So
yeah, it would have to be the absolute perfect storm.
Yeah, it had to be a perfect storm for that to happen. So we did it, Alex. Never gonna happen again. Glad that I get something in the books.
Yeah. And it's listed.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's cool.
We got it back. We got it.
We did it. All right. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. Man, I'm so excited for Spectacular now. Just going over the cards and the possibilities. Hold on to your butts. Buy your tickets.
Yeah, buy your tickets.
See us there.
We're going to be there. We're going to be there.
Oh, boy. It's going to be good. So, Star Wars competitor, Star Wars tournament winner, Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. Get me to 5,000, please. I'll do the Turk dance for you. If you're listening to this on audio form, please follow, feed, and rate us.
Yes. And if you're listening and watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner, see when we do things on YouTube. And maybe this week, like I said before, we'll tweet out a picture or like a little video because, like I said, I painted my face for my promo with Gold Leader. And if I took that time to do it, people have to look at it.
We'll clip a couple of things. Maybe I'll do a blooper reel for that. I think
that'd be fun.
That won't take too long to do.
You could do like little bloopers from the Ahsoka makeup and from
that's what I'll do. Maybe
Amidala makeup.
We'll put it out this week.
I don't know if I said that on this show, but yeah, I painted my face like Queen Amidala for my Gold Leader match. And due to unforeseen circumstances, there was no promo. Yeah. But I still think people should be subjected to seeing it. Oh, boy.
Last throat clear. Sorry.
Oh, coffee, baby.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.